Welcome to Celebrity Boxing's Tell Your Story podcast. We're real excited today. We have a gentleman on here who is one of the incredible fighters of all time, legendary, and he's going to be stepping in celebrity boxing, the one and only Shannon Rich. What's up, Shannon?
Shannon the Cannon. What's up, buddy? How
That's
you
right.
doing,
That's
man?
right. Shannon the Cannon. What's up, Shannon?
The original.
Rich. So let me ask you right off the bat with the Cannon.
Yeah,
now, I know Shannon Briggs. He's the Cannon. Who was the Cannon first?
I was the Cannon first. Shannon Briggs is the squirt gun, and then he became the Cannon, man.
Wow,
the BB
man.
gun.
I love Shannon, but I always knew about that. I didn't know about this.
Yeah. Shannon the Cannon. You know, I tell people Shannon the Cannon. They look me up, and it's always me. If you have to dig to go to Shannon the Cannon Briggs. He's just a boxer. You know, I do it all. I'm the ultimate athlete.
So let's talk about that. So you're not, I mean, I can't even say how many arts you've been in.
All of them.
Tell everybody how many, because I've seen how many fights you have, over 100 fights, but you've been in everything: bare knuckle, kickboxing, boxing, MMA. Tell everyone what else.
Left way, judo, jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's a wrestling since I was 5. I mean, if it's a combat sport, I'm in it. You know what I mean? I've been doing it in my entire life.
So what inspired you to get into the fight game?
You know, growing up, man, I was the smallest kid in school. I got picked on by everybody, and I grew up in a real tiny rural farm community that was all black and Mexican. White kids were just, we were actually the minority. And man, I got beat up every single day. So finally, after years and years of getting beat up, I got tired of it and started fighting back. And I put the hands on them, and I liked it, So the movie came out called Bloodsport, and back when I was in high school, and I'm like, man, I want to learn Muay Thai kickboxing. I got to learn this. So I saved my money. I was working in the field, working in a farm, saved my money, went to Thailand, checked it out, learned Muay Thai with Fairtex. Come to find out, later, came back to Arizona. And then in 1993, Fairtex actually came to Chandler, Arizona. It was the same guys I was training with. So I went and trained with Bob Carmel and Boone Kurd from Fairtex, and became a Muay Thai Fairtex fighter. That led me to doing bare knuckle at the time, MMA, which was no holds barred, NHB. And we'd go to Mexico, and they'd have the chicken fights, dog fights, and the people would fight. We were fighting in Plaza de Toros and these bullfighting arenas. You're fighting, and you have chicken shit and chicken feathers and everything all around you, and we're still fighting bare knuckle. Yeah, man. So been doing this since I started fighting in 91, and here we are, 2023.
Wow, man, that's a long time, and
still going.
The world's no joke, and especially you still speak very well. That was always my thing, fighting. I stopped at 9-0. Now I'm glad I did, because a lot of these times you see these older guys, and I'm like, damn, man, that's scary. I'm glad I got out of it. They can't even speak.
In Japan, they call you punch drunk. They say you're drunken. So in Japan, it was, you talk to some of the fighters, and it's like literally talking to a drunk guy. You can't understand a word they say.
So no, that's what's wild. But with you, man, going from, so your first sport was MMA, right?
Yeah, well, actually, my first sport was wrestling, obviously. I mean, wrestling is my go-to, diehard, everything in it. But then, Muay Thai, kickboxing, and then NHB, which later turned into MMA, mixed martial arts.
Right. And you fought in bare knuckle fighting championships too, right?
Yes, I did. I won a belt. I was the first I am the current international super fight heavyweight world champion. I beat a kid, Omar, in Cancun, Mexico, and got the first international super fight belt.
Wow, man, that's what a feat you did, man. Just capturing all the belts you had in your career. So now, I'm the king of celebrity boxing, right? So
that's right.
Basically, and all of a sudden I start getting these messages from me. It's like, come on, man, this has to be a fake guy message me, right? This isn't really Shannon Rich. And yeah, it was you, man. I was like, damn, this guy really wants it. So why celebrity boxing?
Well, celebrity boxing to me, it's like, it's growing. One, I want to be on the ground front, on the forefront of something that's going to be around a long time. Yeah. I see the big picture of what this company could be, and I'd love to be part of it, and fighting is my way to jump in and get my feet wet with celebrity boxing. And, you're going to do the first bare knuckle Rumble fighting championship.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, I want to be there. I want to be part of it. So
awesome.
I know.
Excited to have you, man.
Damon, I know obviously I only have a handful of fights left in me. I'm getting up there in age. I'm still in good shape. I still want to fight. I still feel it. After that, hey man, maybe broadcasting, commentating, matchmaking. There's all kinds of stuff I can do.
You speak very well. No, I can see this happening for you. Yep.
Yeah, well, I do commentating on the side now. I've done several pay-per-view events. I love the combat sport. I don't care if it's boxing, kickboxing, wrestling. Combat sports is my life. Been doing it for a long time. And I just really enjoy it. And I think there's some people that are doing it. They're doing it in certain sports, and they have no idea what they're talking about. I don't know if you watch the UFC. Sometimes the ESPN commentators have no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Absolutely, I agree. So, and one thing I always I like Joe Rogan, but the thing is,
Rogan is a jiu-jitsu guy, black belt, and he understands the sport.
Well, that's it. See, that's what I'm saying. At least he did something. He never really fought, but a guy like Teddy Atlas, right? He gets on my fucking nerves. I'll be honest with you, because he's a trainer. He's a guy that always hung with the fighters. He didn't have a pro fight. I think he had one amateur fight, but yet he goes around saying how this and that, who could beat. Man, you've never been smacked in your mouth, really. I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean?
I get it, man. Everyone has
guys going around telling the Max Kellerman's all this saying, oh, well, he can't take a punch. If you never got hit in the face, how are you telling someone they can't take a punch? That's what I like about having a guy like you as a commentator. You're going to get real stuff.
Yeah, that and also refereeing, because if you look at the referees that they have, and it just happened the other night in the UFC with Kerry Hatley. He had a horrible stop. Man, these guys need to know about MMA. They need to have been fighters. I think the best referees are former fighters, guys that know, okay, I know how much this guy can take and when to say enough is enough.
It's funny you said that, because remember the one referee Dana White couldn't stand?
Well, which one? There's been a couple.
Oh, okay. The one guy he was yelling at and all that. I forget his name. Mustache. I forget the guy's name, but he went off on the referee, and the guy kept stopping the fights early and all. That shows the inexperience of a referee too. You know what I mean?
Correct. John McCarthy has a referee school. He teaches guys how to ref. I mean, if you go through a school and you've got the training, okay, I get it. But to me, the best referees would be guys that are former athletes. Guys that have done the sport. Yeah.
So celebrity boxing, there's a future here, because not only you do one match, right? So then you come back, you can be the guest referee, a commentator. There's a lot we could probably do together. I'm excited, man. You're a legend in the combat world.
Well, I appreciate it. Here's a funny story. I was at a fight, a UFC actually, a while back, and John McCarthy pulled me across. He said, "Hey," he said, "you're number one." And I'm like, "What do you mean I'm number one?" He said, "Well, Travis Fulton died."
Oh, he did? I didn't know he died. Really?
Yeah. Travis Fulton died. I don't even like saying the guy's name because he went to jail as a pedophile. So I don't even want to talk about him. But he did hold the record for having the most fights. Well, now that he's dead, I'm number one. That's so I have more fights than any living fighter in the world. So
I know, man. It's really crazy because you got to write your own book, man. You have so much you could do. Your own book. Your own podcast, your own movie. I see a movie coming about you, man. When they say Conor McGregor, this, that, he's a movie. You're the movie, man. You're a movie. You've been through all the sports. You've done it all.
And that's just the sports aspect of it. Let's talk about my private life, where I was a correction officer at the state prison for 5 years.
Oh wow!
I went into the military. After I got out of the military, I spent time in Iraq, downrange as a bodyguard for United States Ambassador John Negroponte. Colin Powell, Condoleezza Rice, Donald Rumsfeld. I worked for Blackwater, private security contractor.
Oh, wow.
Man, I've done a lot of stuff, man. I wear a lot of hats. I haven't just been a fighter, And now, I teach defensive tactics, weapon retention. I'm a security, private security for Sheriff Lamb. He's actually running for the Senate. So, I do a lot of stuff.
That's awesome, man. I'm real excited that you reached out, and I'm excited that we connected. And so, right now, I do want to ask one thing before we go. What was your biggest fight of your career so far?
Well, biggest fight had to have been Pride 11 when I fought Sakuraba main event in Pride in Japan. You got 100,000 people in the main gate.
What was that like, man?
Dude, it was insane. People. Literally became a superstar overnight. I don't know how they do it in Japan, but I fought that night, and the next morning you could go out and get magazines. I was in like 7, 8 magazines already printed. Everything. I mean, how do they do that overnight? It was insane.
Hey man, that's overseas in China. Yeah,
But
that's crazy. Or
But you know, I
Japan.
fought Frank Shamrock. I fought Dan Severn twice. I fought Frank Shamrock. I fought Yuki Kondo. I mean, there's a plethora, a list of guys. Man, 237 professional MMA fights. I've got over 100 wins.
Amazing.
So
Well,
it's
congratulations, man. I want to see you on the big screen, but we're excited to have you in celebrity boxing for the Rumble Fighting Championships. You'll be in the co-feature. We got to figure out who's your opponent going to be.
yeah.
Who's
We
going
got
to
to get
step
this
up
out
with the
there.
cannon?
We got to get this out there and have guys step up. That they want to fight
Oh,
me.
we're going to do this.
Let's go. Let's put these hands on somebody.
I want to know who's going to step up with Shannon the Cannon Rich. This is a real legend. I don't want to hear you did MMA or a few fights. This is a guy who fought it all, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too, man. I definitely want to be part of the company, and I'm proud to say I'm part of Celebrity Boxing.
Nah, man, definitely. We're glad to have you on today. Tell everyone how they can find you too.
Oh, they can go to obviously Shannon Rich on Facebook. I mean, I'm there. That's a real Facebook, and at Shannon Rich MMA on Instagram, like a little blue check mark, so you know it's me.
Yeah, we'll put it up there too, man. Shannon the Cannon Rich, we're really excited to have you on Celebrity Boxing Tell Your Story podcast, and look forward to having you more. And if you want to be on the podcast, go to podcast@officialcelebrityboxing.com. Shannon the Cannon Rich is going to be co-featuring Celebrity Boxing's Rumble Fighting Championship soon. Shannon, thanks a lot for coming on, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. You guys have a great night, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Shannon. Thank you.